Hey friends, what's up? It's Princess Paula. Welcome to the channel. So, I just want to say Happy Valentine's Day. It is not Valentine's Day. It is tomorrow. This will be posted tomorrow. I'm so excited. But, my mother is, her birthday is on Valentine's Day. So, she is not with us anymore. She has passed on. She died, like, I don't even know, like, how many years ago. She died in 2009. So you do the math with the numbers. My brain's kind of, yeah. But, my mom, I love you. Thank you so much for everything you did for me. You gave me the life. You gave me the life you gave. You all sacrificed a lot of things for me. So thank you, Mom. And you also gave me my love of Disney and books and just life in general. And she took me to the parks and she showed me the movies and everything. And took me to the parks and Walt Disney World and where we are now. So, Mom, this is for you. But she loved Disney. We're talking about favorite Disney couples. I have my list here. Let me know what you guys think. What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. If I done missed anything, so let me know. But anyway, we'll start. Okay, I have my list. Yeah, sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so first one, Jack and Sally. Nightmare Before Christmas. Love this movie. It's a favorite of mine. Jack and Sally are really cute. Jack is more like the dreamer. And, I think Sally, they really compliment each other because Sally keeps him more, like, in line, if that was how would I say, because Sally's, like, when he wants to, like, take over Christmas, basically, from Santa, he wants to make Christmas himself, and Sally thinks it's a bad idea, which, you know what happens in the movie, he gets, spoiler, you've probably seen this movie already, but he gets shot down, and, I think Santa makes a point to Sally. He says that she's the one who makes sense around this asylum, basically. And I think they're really sweet. And I love her song, like Sally's song, where she's like, she thinks that something bad's going to happen to her. I love that song in the movie. And she says, will we ever end up together? That song. I love that song. But I think they just work. They're cute together. They're really cute. I love this movie. Not everybody likes this movie, and I love it for Christmas. And the scene at the end on the hill where she says, "My dearest friend," that song. Oh, that scene is really sweet. I love that scene. Anyway, let's move on. This is no particular order, by the way. Anyway, Lady and the Tramp, classic movie. Who doesn't like this movie? This is not my favorite Disney movie of all time, but it's classic. I love how they're two different. Like, Lady is from very, like, high privileged. She's a very, like rich dog, and then Lady Tramp is from the other side of the tracks, basically. And when they first meet, they don't, like, the Tramp's kind of jerk to Lady, because, you know, he says that the baby's going to replace her, which it doesn't. The baby doesn't replace Lady at all. And, they don't, I mean, they eventually fall in love, but, and I just, they should work together. I love Lady and the Tramp. And that scene with the ice spaghetti scene. That's supposed to be probably the most iconic scene in Disney history. Probably in film, I think. Like, that scene is so sweet. Like, Valentine, I love that song. It's so romantic. I just love Lady and the Tramp. They're so sweet. But, and then Tramp does protect the baby. He does, like, become the hero in the end. He does protect the baby. Sorry, my arm is very shaky. I'm sorry. But, he does protect the baby. He does save the baby. He kills the rat because the rat is going to go to their nursery and hurt the baby. So he does do that. And, yeah. So, Lady and the Tramp is a classic movie. I love Lady and the Tramp. Classic. Actually, that's my mom's favorite, if you don't know. She loved Lady and the Tramp. But I love Disney dogs. They're lovely. So, anyway, let's move on. Next couple, should we say. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Okay, Hercules and Meg. Love this movie, it's classic. Underrated, I think. Meg, one of my favorite characters in Disney history. At first she's very, like, Hercules is, like, in love with Meg. At first she's very, like, hesitant because she's heart had broken before. She sold her soul to save her boyfriend's life, and her boyfriend basically cheated on her. And, yeah, so, you know, I just love the relationship. They're really cute together. I do see where she didn't want to be in love, because he says, I want to say I'm in love. That song. It's one of my favorite Disney songs. I should make a video about my favorite Disney songs. That's a good idea, actually. But, they do fall in love, and basically, like, Hades makes a deal with Hercules that he basically takes her strength, basically. And that if Meg gets hurt, that he says that if something happens to Meg, he loses his strength. And she basically passes away, she dies. And, I just love how he definitely goes after Meg to save her. He basically risks his life. He risks his life to go in the River of Souls to save Meg. And I thought that was really sweet. And that he became a true hero in that point. And I think, they really love each other. It's really sweet. And Hercules tells at the end of the movie, when he becomes a god, he's woken back on Mount Olympus. And he says to Zeus, his dad, that he'd rather stay be mortal, stay with her, than be with life without Meg would be empty. Oh, sorry, about to cry. But love Meg, love Hercules, classic movie, love this movie. So anyway, let's move on. Next couple. Okay, Simba and Nala. One of my favorite. You guys know. If you guys don't know, my favorite movie is The Lion King. Disney movie is The Lion King. So Simba and Nala, they were friends in return. They were basically friends when they were a child. And you know the story of Lion King. Basically, they're friends, and they go off all those adventures together, and they go to the graveyard. The movie. You've probably seen this movie already, but what happens is that Scar kills Simba's father and banishes Simba to never coming back to the Pride Lands, basically. And they find Timon and Pumbaa, yada yada. So Scar basically ruins the Pride Lands. He basically vanquishes all, the water and food, and everything's, gone to pretty much dust, pretty much gone. I would use another word, but it's not family friendly. But he basically, Nala takes off to find Simba, to find help. And actually in the Broadway musical, I forget the song in the movie, but Nala leaves voluntarily on her own to find help. And that song is very emotional, I must say. But she says she come back. And then, if you're not seeing the musical, go watch that. Go listen to definitely, if you ever get the chance to see the musical, I'm getting off topic, sorry. If you ever get a chance to see the musical, run Broadway Lion King, it's fantastic, amazing. But yeah, Nala finds Simba, and they fall in love with each other. And one of my favorite scenes in Disney movie history is in this movie, which I Can't You Feel Love Tonight. It's one of my favorite songs in Disney history. Love it. Written by Elton John and Tim Rice. So, sorry, my hand's really shaky. Sorry. But, yeah. Okay. Love Simba and Nala. They're really sweet. And she becomes a queen at the end. So, here you go. But, it's really cold. Sorry, my hand's shaky. It's really cold out here. So, love Simba and Nala. They're really sweet. Here, couple. So. And they also have a daughter named Kira. Is it Kira? I think it's Kira in the second one. So, and I love the second one. But we'll talk about it in another video. Anyway, next couple, Aladdin and Jasmine. What I love about them, they're very different. Aladdin is a street rat, Jasmine's royalty. And what I love about this movie is that Jasmine basically Jasmine has to be forced to marry, basically. And it's the law, she has to get married. And she doesn't want to. And she basically, she doesn't want to marry, she wants to marry for love, basically. Until she sneaks off from the palace into the marketplace. And Aladdin sees her and falls in love with her. And what I love about that, she falls in love with her, is that he doesn't know she's a princess at first. And it's the same, if I was royalty, I would want somebody to love me for me and not my title. You know what I mean? You want, in the movie, this is not family friendly movie at all, but Coming to America, it's a fantastic movie, not family friendly, but I'm getting off topic, but the main character in that movie goes off to find his wife, basically, and he wants to love him for him, not being prince. There you go. Sorry, but Aladdin and Jasmine, they're a really sweet couple, and he basically wants to, he loves her, and he has to use the genie to impress her. And basically that doesn't really go well. And she gets mad at him and she says, why don't you just tell me you weren't a prince? So just be yourself. I think that's the message of that. Be yourself, You don't have to be impress a girl, to just be yourself, with a girl. If you're a boyfriend, a girlfriend, anybody, just be yourself, If people love you for you, if they don't, that's the problem. But, and I love that scene in the movie, The Magic Carpet Ride. And, Like, that's one of my favorite Disney songs in his Disney history. It's such a sweet song. It's such a beautiful, it's a gorgeous song. And, you know that song, I can show you the world. I can't sing, so I won't try. But that's one of my favorite scenes in Disney history. I love that scene. But Aladdin and Jasmine, like, sweet couple, love them. And Aladdin is one of my favorite Disney princesses, actually. So, yeah. I think we'll talk about them in the favorite Disney princess in another video. So, yeah. Jasmine. Not my favorite movie of all. Not my favorite Disney movie. It's one of my favorites. It's in my top, like, 5. But still, let's move on. Okay. Wally and Eve. This is not Disney, this is Pixar. But what I love about their relationship is that Wally sees Eve and he falls in love immediately. Like, he's like old, he's the older robot, and she's newer, and they're basically very different. And you're noticing a theme here with that. They're opposites. And at first, she doesn't even notice Wally. She's just trying to find the plant with her directive, the whole thing. And she finally finds the plant, and he basically, like, stops programming, basically. And Wally thinks she's broken. And he basically stays with her till she, he basically really, he rides out a whole thunderstorm with her. He gets shocked by how many like, bolts of lightning. That's dedication. He really loves. He's a romantic at heart. I am too. But Wally, he's such a sweet. Who doesn't like Wally? He's such a sweet character. He's just so cute and innocent. He's so sweet. I love Wally. And he takes her to show her his collection, like the whole what is that? The Hello Dolly scene, like in Hello Dolly. So sweet. But he just wants to be loved. That's all he wants. And I feel they do care for each other. And at the end, Wally gets shocked by, I think it's the villain. I forget his name. The basic steering wheel villain, who's the villain. And he basically resets to where before he's not Wally, he's not himself. Like, and it takes a kiss from Eve to revive him, make him the person he was before. Well, we know and love. He basically gets reset to back to, say, like your iPhone gets set like a factory, like a manual. You know what I mean? Like that. So she kisses him and he turns back to, Wally. Anyway, sorry if I'm confusing you, but love Wally. That's a classic. That's a good story, and I love also the environment aspect of that movie too. It's a classic. It's good. That was actually Ryan and Shelley's movie. Before Shelley was Ryan's love before he met me, and she passed away from lupus, unfortunately. So that's their movie. I think our Beauty and the Beast is ours. So anyway, all right, moving on. This video is going to be kind of short because it's kind of cold out here. Okay, another one. This is Pixar. Paula and Ellie. I don't know. I just love them. They're cute. They meet in childhood, and Carl they love adventure, and they both want to go to Paradise Falls. And they, that whole scene with the married life, them getting married and just living life together, and her finding out that, spoiler, she is pregnant, and she unfortunately loses the baby, sadly. And no matter what, they still have a happy life. And they try to save up for Paradise Falls, but life happens. Like, the tree falls on their house, their car breaks down, they get into an accident. That happens. I mean, you have a dream, you have to save up for it. But I think, and at the end, unfortunately, she passes away. We all know that happens. And I think if you don't cry at that scene, you're not human. It's amazing how just animation and the no dialogue in that scene, the animation and music to dialogue that scene. Oh, I'm getting tears as we think about it. But just that scene, it just makes me tear up. And I love in Magic Kingdom, this is not related, that they play that theme in Magic Kingdom, which is on the main street. I love that theme. But really sweet couple, and I think Carl realizes that he opens the adventure book, my adventure book, and I'm getting emotional now. Sorry. Carl realizes that he was her adventure, basically. Like, they had a great life together. So, Carl and Ellie, favorite couple. They're really sweet character. I love Carl and Ellie. I hope me and Ryan are like that too. So, I hope everybody finds love like that, because, they're with you for life. There you go. So, really sweet couple. I love Carl and Ellie. They're adorable. Okay. Those are my favorite movies, Tiana and Devine. Love Tiana and Devine. My favorite princess and favorite prince, Disney history. They do not exactly like each other at first, because Tiana is basically a workaholic. She wants to build her restaurant, and Devine says it right. She doesn't know how to have fun. This is very true. And Devine is basically a party animal. He basically got cut off from his parents because of his business responsibility. He has not worked in a day in his life, so they can't stand each other at first, but they eventually fall in love with each other. And I just love that movie. And I love that scene with Ray, that scene with her dancing on the lily pads. It's a really sweet scene. But I also love the scene where he's on the, the scene on the riverboat where he's trying to propose to her, and it messes up, and he's like, she thinks it's cute. But they're a really sweet couple. I love Tiana and Devine, and that Devine, at the end, almost at the end of the movie, they're on the riverboat, and they pass where the restaurant is, and then Devine says to Tiana, the way you light up when you talk about your dream, it is so beautiful. I can't do the accent, but it would do whatever to make it come true. And that's the thing. I'm like, you should always have a partner that supports your dream. You should always have a partner. And if they don't, then, then maybe they're not worth it. But, Tiana and Devine, I love them together. And she becomes a princess, too. So, But at the end of the movie, I remember when Charlotte tries to kiss him at the end of the movie, she's not a princess. So when she marries her at the end, then he's a princess, breaks the spell. So that's, I love Tiana and Devine. They're really sweet. And my favorite prince and princess, they're lovely. But I cannot wait for her ride to open. I can't wait for her TV series to come out. That's going to be amazing to see more of her story. So yay. Anyway. Okay, next one. Rapunzel and Flynn. Really cute together. At first, I don't think she likes him very much because he breaks in the tower. And Mother Gothos basically told her that they're evil. And they have the pointy teeth thing, but the world is a terrible place, and it's not. And she's been very sheltered in life. But Garfield, go away. Sorry. Anyway, sorry about that. Cats bothered me. Tiana, Rapunzel and Flynn, love them, and basically Tiana takes her. He takes his satchel, and she only gives it back if he promises her to take her to see the floating lanterns, and he does. And they fall in love with each other, and I think Rapunzel makes him a better person because he was a thief. And he realizes who he was, and his name was Eugene. He tells her his name is Eugene. And I kind of like that more than Flynn Rider, actually. But that's a classic movie. I love the scene with the lanterns. That scene makes me cry every time I see that. The first time I saw that scene, I cried. Tears. I'm like, that's such a sweet song. I See the Light is a beautiful song. One of my favorite songs in Disney history. I might play that at my wedding. I don't know yet. But I love them. And actually, he sacrifices his life to save Rapunzel because he actually dies for Rapunzel because Mother Gothel stabs him basically, and as a movie, and he sacrifices his life not to see her again, and she basically saves him. And they're really sweet. I love Rapunzel and Flynn. They're a lovely couple. They're awesome. So I've actually got to meet them. That was really cool. So together, I also got to meet Devine as well, with her. The Christmas party they have with their princess. That's really cool. So, alright. This is a good one. I love this movie. Bill and Beast. Who doesn't love Bill and Beast? They're classic Disney. This is number 2. This is number 2. I think this is number 2 we're getting to. So, but probably my favorite love story of Disney history. You know the story. Belle is basically the prince he was spoiled, and he was spoiled, selfish, unkind. And basically what happens is that on a winter's night, a beggar woman came into the castle and offered him a single rose from the shelter of the bitter cold. And he basically, like, sneered at the gift and turned her away. And she warned him for not to be deceived by appearances, for beauty is found within. And he basically dismissed her again, and he turns into an enchantress. And she says that no, he tries to apologize to her, and there's no love in his heart. Basically, she turns into a beast, and as punishment, she turns into a beast. And so the spell is that she has to fall in love with a girl, and earn their love to return. Between he has a chance at rooms before the last spell falls. If not, he becomes a beast. He becomes a beast forever. And the story is that we meet Belle, who is my second favorite Disney princess, probably. And she's basically like an outcast in the village. She loves to read. She don't care what people think. She lives a better life. And I love Belle for that reason. And she's very empathetic for others. When I love Belle. And her father goes off to a trip, and he gets lost in the woods. And the servants make him feel comfortable from the rain. And the beast doesn't like this, and he kicks him out and puts him in the dungeon. So Belle gets worried about her father and goes off to find him, and basically finds he's been locked in the dungeon, almost dying. So she sacrifices herself to save her father, basically. And at first, Belle doesn't want anything to do with the beast at all, because he just has a temper. And I think after the scene where she gets he saves her from the wolves, is where they start falling for each other. And the thing about the movie is you don't know how long they're together. It doesn't tell you, because love doesn't. It's not like Aurora or Snow White. You don't fall in love overnight. It takes time. It does take time to fall in love. But the fact that Beast becomes so gentle with her and so just kind to her, and they really start with friendship. And that scene with he gives her the library and everything. He gives her the library, all the books she could read. That would be a dream for me. But she basically doesn't take anything from him. Basically, Belle was very stand up to Beast. And also the scene with the winter scene with their there's something sweet. That song, I love that song. The part where they're feeding the birds, and she puts the bird seed in his paw, and the bird doesn't move. So, and the scene with the snowball fight, I thought that's funny. But also the scene with the Beauty and the Beast. Oh, that scene with they're coming down the stairs with her dress. Oh, I love that scene, Beauty and the Beast. And he lets her go because he loves her. He sees the magic mirror. He sees her father dying, basically, and he lets her go because he loves her. And she does come back, and Gaston, Gaston. He basically breaks in the castle and stabs him. And so I love their love story. It's just one of the most beautiful love stories probably in film history. It actually almost won it was nominated for an Oscar, but didn't win it. So, but it's a classic movie. If you haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, go watch that movie. Classic. Anyway, before I'm into my favorite couple, which is one of my favorite couples, Mickey and Minnie. Of course, Mickey and Minnie. When you think of Disney, Mickey and Minnie is what you think of. I mean, classic. This thing they've been together for how old is Mickey now? 84, I think. But they've been together for that long. That's his time. And Pete has gotten away and Mortimer's gotten away, but they're still together. And I think Walt said that they're actually married in real life. And in private they're married, but on screen they're dating. So, but Mickey and Minnie, they're classic Disney. Like I said, when you think of Mickey and Minnie, that's what you think of Disney. But they're such sweethearts. But actually, did you guys know that sorry about the birds. Did you guys know that the two of the voice actors were actually married together? And I think that's really sweet that they were married. But that's my list. Let me know what you guys think of what's your favorite Disney couple? How are you guys say Valentine's Day? So, but hope you guys have a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you spend it with the ones you love, your family, whether it be a romantic partner, your children, your your family, friends, whatever. Your girl, you're like a gallant. I know there's a Valentine's Day as well, but at least you have a day full of love. I know, and I honestly, I don't think you need a day to celebrate love. You should always love each other every day. So, thanks for joining me, guys. I'll see you in the next video. So next, we'll be cooking magic. So excited. So, have a magical day. Take care. Peace, love, and Mickey Jackson. And remember, as Matthew Great Gubler said, yourself, the person's very special. Bye, guys. Love you. Love you, Ohana. Happy Valentine's Day. Love you, Mommy. Mwah.